How I tricked my brain to like doing hard things. Dopamine detox. Let's face it, doing hard things isn't exactly our brain's idea of fun. While your to-do list gathers dust, your brain happily nudges you towards scrolling, snacking, or binge-watching. Why? It all boils down to dopamine, the chemical that rewards instant gratification. But what if I told you there's a way to flip the script and train your brain to crave effort instead? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't just life-changing, it's backed by science. Dopamine is like your brain's cheerleader for anything rewarding. Whether it's a chocolate bar or 100 likes on your post, dopamine's job is to say, "Do that again." The problem? Modern life offers a never-ending buffet of quick dopamine hits. Over time, these constant rewards dull our motivation for activities that require effort, like studying, working out, or building skills. That's where the dopamine detox comes in, a reset that teaches your brain to appreciate delayed gratification. I started my detox by identifying my personal dopamine traps: social media, sugary snacks, and endless YouTube rabbit holes. For one day, I cut them out completely. Yes, it was brutal at first. My brain kept begging for a hit of something exciting. Instead, I turned to low dopamine activities: journaling, reading, and taking long, quiet walks. The first few hours were tough, but then something remarkable happened. Without constant stimulation, my mind started to find joy in the simpler things. A walk felt refreshing. Reading became engrossing. Even journaling felt like a creative outlet. After just one day, I noticed a shift. Tasks I usually dreaded, like organizing my workspace or tackling emails, felt surprisingly manageable. I wasn't constantly chasing distractions. Instead, I found myself more focused and motivated. It was as if my brain had recalibrated, associating effort with reward instead of avoiding it. Here's what's fascinating. Science supports this transformation. Research shows that constant exposure to high dopamine activities can desensitize your brain, making ordinary tasks seem boring. By reducing these overstimulating habits, you can reset your brain's baseline and make effort-based activities more appealing. Think of it like resetting your palate. If you've ever cut back on sugar, you know how a simple piece of fruit suddenly tastes like candy. The same principle applies here. One practical trick I adopted was celebrating small wins. For instance, while working on a project, I'd reward myself with a cup of tea after completing a section. These intentional, low dopamine rewards kept me motivated without overwhelming my brain with artificial spikes. It's like teaching your brain to enjoy the process instead of just the result. Over time, I turned the detox into a sustainable routine. Instead of swearing off social media forever, let's be real, that's impossible. I set boundaries. 30 minutes a day, that's it. I replaced mindless scrolling with mindful activities, like reading books related to my goals or practicing meditation. The results were astounding. Not only did my productivity skyrocket, but I also felt a deeper sense of satisfaction from accomplishing meaningful tasks. Take exercise, for example. I used to avoid it like the plague. But after the detox, I started enjoying the sense of accomplishment it brought. I'd focus on the feeling of progress, celebrating small milestones like running an extra minute or lifting a slightly heavier weight. These moments of effort became my new source of dopamine. Here's another surprising benefit: clarity. When you step away from constant distractions, your mind gets a chance to breathe. I found myself coming up with creative ideas and solving problems more effectively. It's like my brain finally had the bandwidth to think deeply instead of just reacting to the next notification. Of course, a full dopamine detox might sound intimidating, but you don't have to go all in right away. Start small. Pick one day to limit your biggest distractions. Instead of scrolling through your phone first thing in the morning, try journaling or reading for 10 minutes. Replace sugary snacks with healthier options like nuts or fruit. These small changes can make a big difference over time. The beauty of this process is that it's not about deprivation, it's about recalibration. You're teaching your brain to find joy in effort and meaning in the journey. And trust me, once you experience the shift, there's no going back. You'll start to see hard things not as obstacles, but as opportunities to grow and feel genuinely rewarded. So, what are you waiting for? Try a mini dopamine detox this week and see how it changes your perspective. Start by identifying your biggest distractions and replace them with low dopamine activities that align with your goals. Whether it's journaling, meditating, or taking a walk in nature,